gun and the television.
May I kill him?